This is Eddie from Dark Metal Racing. This is a follow-up video on the brake rotor installation that I was talking about in my last video. So let me get up close so you guys can see them. Okay, went on perfectly. Much better braking. They're definitely lighter than the other ones. Not that lightness matters because this ain't no speed run or nothing. I mean, really. This just perfect. Just get the 180s. That's what these are. 180. The stock ones are 180 in diameter. So you know what the 180 means. And just much better. Much better. The other thing I strongly suggest is take sandpaper and cross sand them. Okay, only on this part here. Just to give you a little more bite because they're a little too smooth out of the package. Let me get to the back one. Okay, same thing. There you go. Much better. The other thing that you're going to need to do once you put them on is you're going to need to go to this bolt and this bolt and loosen up and recenter your caliper so it's right in the middle. The rotor, is right in the middle of your brake pads and they're not rubbing against the brake pads, okay? In the front, you're going to need to do the same thing. If it doesn't work, right away when you put the wheel on with the new rotor and it rubs a little bit, you'll have to do the same thing. I didn't have to. It was already ready to go. Okay, last thing. You're going to notice that on the new rotors, they are not as thick as the old ones, okay? I don't know what the millimeters on here. I didn't measure it, but these are pretty thick. The blade edge is pretty thick. On the new ones, it's definitely 1 millimeter less than the stock ones. But once again, it's going to give you better braking just because of the design on the new ones. Okay, let's get into another thing. Because the thickness of the stock ones is thicker than the new upgraded ones, okay, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pump your brake. Once your brake rotor is on and your wheel's on, okay, and everything's ready to go, then you go ahead and pump your brake until you get lock on it, which means it's locked on the wheel and it's holding very well. Once you release it, locked, released, okay? So you're going to do the same thing with the rear. You're going to pump it, okay? And what that does is it allows the brake pads, okay, on the inside to recenter themselves and be really close to the brake disc. Once again, these videos are for people who are new to all this, people who already know all this. Once again, the video will not apply to you. Yeah, I think that'll do it. So you're set to go. You won't need to put any more oil in your reservoir once you pump it up. It'll just take a little off the top on the inside, which is probably a millimeter of oil. But there's your little window right there on all hydraulic brakes. Once it gets low, you will need to use what it says on top. Okay, .3 or .4 to fill it back up. But you shouldn't need to. You should never need to refill these brakes. Okay, they should be just done. Don't have to worry about it. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I got up early and did this. So anyway, 4-minute video, 5-minute. Bike's finished. I'm glad I changed out the rotors. The stock rotors just weren't giving me enough. And they heat up really good when you're going downhill on the stock ones, where these ones cool down really good. And floating rotors are always the best rotors. All right, just make sure you put your wheel back together just the way it was. Once you're done putting your new rotor on, make sure you take your time. And you're all set to go. Oh yeah, and check your gear shifting on your 7-speed to make sure everything is the way it was and it's shifting smoothly all the way up and all the way down. on your rear sprocket. All right. Eddie from Dark Metal Racing. Peace out.